Do presidential elections affect the housing market? Should you buy or sell during an election year or wait until the next year? What does history tell us? This is Dia Irby with this week's market update, exploring the question, do presidential elections make a difference in the housing market? If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, you might be curious about how elections can affect the housing market. It's a great question, and I'm here to give you the scoop. Historically, presidential elections have had only a small temporary impact on the housing market. Let's break down what typically happens with home sales, prices, and mortgage rates during election years. First up, home sales. During November of election years, there's often a slight slowdown. As Ali Wolf, chief economist at Zonda, explains, and I quote, "Usually home sales are unchanged compared to non-election year, with the exception being November. In an election year, November is slower than normal," end quote. Well, this is mainly because people feel uncertain and hesitant about making big decisions during such a pivotal time. But here's the good news. This slowdown is temporary. Historically, home sales bounce back in December and continue to rise the following year. As you can see from this graph, data from HUD and NAR shows that after 9 of the last 11 presidential elections, home sales increased the following year. So any dip in sales during the election is usually short-lived. Now, let's talk about home prices. Do they drop during election years? Not typically. Ryan Lundquist, a residential appraiser and home analyst, says, and I quote, "An election year doesn't alter the price trend that is already happening in the market," end quote. Home prices are pretty resilient and generally rise year over year, regardless of elections. The latest data from NAR shows that after 7 of the last 8 presidential elections, home prices increased the following year. Just like home sales, most election years don't negatively impact home prices. The only exception in recent years was during the market crash, which was far from typical. Finally, let's look at mortgage rates. These rates are crucial because they affect your monthly payment when buying a home. Data from Freddie Mac shows that in 8 of the last 11 presidential elections, mortgage rates decreased from July to November. Most forecasts expect mortgage rates to ease slightly throughout the remainder of this year. If they're right, we'll follow the trend of declining rates leading up to the most previous elections. This could be good news if you're looking to buy a home soon. So what's the big takeaway? While presidential elections do have some impact on the housing market, the effects are usually small and temporary. As Lisa Sturdivant, chief economist at Bright MLS, says, and I quote, "Historically, the housing market doesn't tend to look very different in presidential election years compared to other years," end quote. For most buyers and sellers, elections don't have a major impact on their plans. When you need to move, you need to move. Bottom line, while it's natural to feel a bit uncertain during an election year, history shows the housing market remains strong and resilient. For help navigating the market, election year or not, let's connect. I'm here to help answer your questions and guide you on your real estate journey. Until next time, stay informed and stay positive. This is Dia Irby, your favorite realtor, by your side all the way. Bye now.